What is up, my dogs? Lawson here. It is a beautiful, slightly overcast morning here in Florida, and we're out on an amazing, beautiful lake. We're gonna see if we can get on some big largemouth, some bowfins. There's hybrids in here. We're just gonna see what we can make happen, and hopefully we're gonna stick into a very big bass. That's the dream. Today's video is sponsored by Catchco. If you don't know what Catchco is, they are the father company of Mystery Tackle Box and Shop Carl's, and they make their own unique lures. And a handful of the gear that I'm going to be using today is going to be produced by Catchco. And when it is, I'll let you know. I'll leave a link down below. You can go pick up a lot of the baits that I'll be using today. So go down there and skip up some baits here. All right, we are gonna throw the trolling motor and hop in. I think we're gonna start throwing a buzz bait because I came out a few days ago, threw a buzz bait and crushed some fish, but hopefully we can find a big. All right now I'm starting off throwing a Googan Squad Catchco buzz bait. This is actually a collab bait between the Googan Squad and Catchco produced it. And I have become a fan of it. I've been starting to crush some fish on it lately. It's been doing good for me. We're just gonna like weave our way between all these big cypress trees and whatnot. And just burn this buzz bait around all these bases of these trees and through some of this sparse Kissimmee grass and see if there's any big fish sitting up in this shallow stuff. Oh my gosh, I was just letting a freaking lunker log sit there dead on the bottom while I was adjusting my outboard because I was stuck on a stump. That big old mud head came and picked it up. Interesting, very interesting. First fish of the morning, a big fat mud puppy. I was just literally letting my lunker log drag on the bottom because I was sitting there trying to fix my outboard like I was saying because I was stuck on it. These are the hardest fish of all time to hold. All right, first fish down. All right, what I'm throwing right now, I just caught that mudfish on. Heavy hammer 4/0 heavy metal tungsten. Both of these are Catchco products that you can get in the link down below. These heavy hammer hooks are freaking solid. They have become like my wide gap and everything hook, basically. They are super solid. I have not bent one out, even fishing for like snook and jack and reds and stuff like that. They're that freaking mudfish. They have like the biggest reputation for bending out hooks, and they don't bend out. Like, I really like these hooks. And then just a Googan Baits lunker lug. We're gonna drag that around. This will kind of be like our if it really hits the fan and nothing's happening, we'll throw this bait around. I just wasn't in a good spot to fish my buzz bait, but now we're getting back into this thicket where the buzz bait's gonna excel, so we'll see what happens. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, God, these fish here run so freaking fast. Ah. What is this? Just a nice largemouth. Holy crap. Oh, good one. Holy hell. Oh, yes. Solid fish right there. Probably about a 3-pounder just because how fat she is right there. Awesome fish. We are moving in the right direction. That gets me fired up. I see 3 enormous gators all in front of me right now. I mean, not enormous. One's probably 7, one's probably an 8, and then one out there is probably like a 9.5 to a 10. 3 big gators, 2 blue herons. Right now in front of me, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 osprey. I have some weird thoughts and theories about this place. I saw an otter this morning. There's a lot to unpack. There's a fish back behind. Oh, little bass right there on the buzz. Boom, fish number 2. Beautiful. Or bass number 2, I suppose. We are figuring things out. We are figuring things out. God, that osprey has like a 10-inch shad in his hands. That's so cool. I legitimately, like, I have a theory about this place where I'm fishing right now. There is an absorbent amount of predators here. Is absorbent the right word? Ridiculous amount of predators here. Like non-fish predators. There is thousands of osprey. Thousands of alligators. This morning I've already seen, I don't know, probably 12, 15 alligators fishing for under 2 hours. I mean, you can literally, you hear all these ospreys squeaking and chirping right now around me, and there's probably gonna be some flying right over the boat here in a second. Saw an otter this morning. I've seen eagles out here. There's blue herons everywhere. There's anhingas and cormorants. I mean, one of the most wild places and natural looking places you'll probably ever fish in Florida is where we're at right now. That being said, there's a lot of predators here, and I don't particularly catch very many fish here because a lot of the fish are getting eaten, especially the smaller fish. I don't know if I've caught a fish here under 10 inches. I know when I was fishing with Matt, he caught a few small fish on Senkos, and that was it. I have personally seen ospreys carrying 8 to 10 inch bass around their talons. I think every single time I have fished on this lake, I have watched an osprey carrying a bass or a crappie, or I just saw one carrying a big shad. The amount of fish in this body of water probably isn't that great, but because of that, I truly think that there are giant fish in here. Only the big ones will survive, because if they're little for too long, they're gonna get picked off by ospreys, alligators, cormorants, anhingas, eagles, everything. The lake record here, what it says, I don't know how you could confirm it or not, or prove its legitimacy. The lake record is 18 pounds and 1 ounce. I think it's only 5 ounces less than the state record and only a few pounds less than the world record. There's not competition from little bass. So it's easy for big bass to eat a lot and to get huge. They don't have to fight out a bunch of 2-pounders and 10 inchers to get fed. So there could be giants here. And that's one of the reasons why I really been wanting to fish here. Or I've been spending a lot of time fishing here, I should say. Like, I fully believe there's 10-pound fish in this lake, 12-pound fish in this lake, 15-pound fish in this lake to be caught. And it's been driving me insane. It's like all I think about lately is trying to come here and figure out this place to catch giants. And it's also just a bonus that it is probably the most beautiful place I have ever fished in my entire life. It is unreal. It's just unreal. And if we can figure out how to catch some 10-pounders out here, hell, 7-pounders, 8-pounders, any big fish, that's just a great bonus. All right, we've squeaked back into a little section of a canalish, riverish, whatever you want to call it. And we're gonna work our buzzbait up in here. Already super cool. I can see a hawk flying through the bushes behind me. Hopefully we can whack a couple more fish before we call it. So this looks good. Oh, there's a fish. Oh, already. Oh, damn it. That was a freaking 3.5, 4-pounder. Oh, okay. Made the right move coming in here. big fish. Oh, oh my gosh. Ooh, another solid fish. Okay, another one. Canal move is proving rather fruitful for us here. Hopefully we'll find a big one. Already jumped off probably at 3.5. It was just such a fat fish, and that's just a nice little 1 3/4, maybe just under 2. Moving in the right direction. Little bass just came out and slapped that smallest fish of the day. Probably the smallest fish I've ever even seen on this lake. A little squeaky squeaky.